like there's no tomorrow.
Welcome to the BingKing podcast.
All right. How's everyone doing? I have Dean. Dean, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Oh, is this the BingKing podcast?
That's the big.
Is this? I'm finally on the podcast. Oh my God, I'm here. I've been listening to this podcast every day, and now I'm finally on the podcast.
I think you've got to be on like what 5, 6 times now. It's like your 6th time on the show.
Wait, you have a show?
We
Wait, all those times we hung out before, we were recording?
were recording.
Oh no.
I had no idea.
Oh jeez. Well,
I'm really happy. How are you doing out there?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, even better now that I'm on the BingKing podcast, you know. So, how you
back
doing?
home? What's that chimney behind you?
I'm in Michigan.
What's that chimney
What's
behind you? The black
The fireplace.
That's fucking awesome.
Fireplace back there.
That's awesome. It's like a real fireplace, like it actually works.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't used it in a long time, but yeah, it works. There's a lot of stuff in my grandma's house. You know how grandma's houses be.
I don't.
They got American flag pillars. They got staplers. They got
wood firing
something.
fireplaces, which is awesome.
Yeah, they got like framed college merch for a college that they didn't go to.
But you went.
You know? It's all the good stuff. I didn't even go there, no. Bro, Michigan? If I went to Michigan, my life would be a lot different. I probably wouldn't have gone to Shanghai
That's
had I gone to Michigan. So.
No, that's not true. I have a lot of friends that went to like really good schools that are out here. I have a bunch of Harvard friends that are out here.
Yeah, but like, how many though?
Not many. But then when they're out here, they're all like representing Harvard. Did you see the last post that I put out?
Yeah.
The guy that did like an Oxford. He was decked out in Oxford stuff. I was so upset.
I didn't see it. Wait, this is a podcast you had?
No. It was just a photo I took on the metro, and the guy was like, he had an Oxford backpack, he had an Oxford hoodie, and I was like, I fucking hate this guy.
White guy?
Yeah. No, it was Chinese guy. Just on the metro.
Oh.
What are you licking off your hand?
Sorry, it was free cone day today at Dairy Queen. I just got a little ice cream in my hand. I just gotta get a little snack, you know? Well, I got a few. Hey, now that I'm on the BingKing podcast, I got a few things to say.
Go for it.
Listen, first of all, we're gonna talk about some of your podcast guests because I got a bone to pick with some of them.
Okay.
Are you gonna edit this? You might have to. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna put it all out. I'll see.
The other thing is, I got to talk about ice cream. Look, I got something to say. Well, first, I got to ask you, what do you think about the ice cream in Shanghai?
Oh, it's pretty good. I really like the ice cream out here. That's not true. I like the gelato out here. Like, I like fancy ice cream.
Yeah. What'd you say? Yeah,
I like gelato.
Gelato, right? Yo, get that gelato out of my face, bro.
Nope, that's not true. Gelato's great.
This little cup of ice cream for like $10. Yo, just give me a cone.
No.
Just give me some normal ice cream.
That's
what happened to ice
different.
cream? What happened to ice? No, there's soft serve. Yeah, there's soft serve. But then there's like, you go to like the dairy in America, like the creamery.
Yeah.
Where there's someone like churning the ice cream. It's like thick. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of different flavors. It's not like, dude, you go to a lot of places, it's pistachio and sea salt caramel.
Yeah.
Lemon, chocolate.
Those are the main flavors. Yeah. No, but they have like good
I'm
ones now. They're doing like Earl Grey. They're doing a couple.
Okay, but if there's a street with all the gelato places, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
William.
Yeah.
There's like 5 gelato places. It's like,
all in a row.
I mean, it's like, it's kind of cool. I kind of respect it because it's like it's like survival of the
gelato. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but like also like, dude, can we just get a different kind of ice cream? Like, why does it all got to be the same ice cream?
No, I like gelato. Because I know which ones I like. Like I like my lemon or like lime gelato, and that's it. Or like a berry, like a raspberry, and I'll be done. That's all I want. I don't want any like
It's
birthday
just,
cake. I don't want like brownie ice cream. That's not for me. And so U.S. ice
dude,
cream flavors are
listen,
not up my alley.
Arthur, I got bad news for you.
What?
You've been gone for too long. You
Cupcake
just,
flavor? I don't know what
you've
they're
been
missing.
gone for too long. Dude, you don't even know what ice cream is anymore. You're a
All right.
gelato bro now.
You got ice
So
cream. What'd you
sad.
get? What'd you just get?
Dude, you know what I got? Dude, I got the Dairy Queen, uh, white and black twisted, vanilla chocolate twisted,
Nah,
dipped in a new, in a new cone flavor, cookie crunch. You know, you can dip it in like chocolate or strawberry.
that
Now
sounds
they
pretty
got
good.
cookie.
So
Now they got
I
cookie
wouldn't get
crunch
vanilla
Oreo.
chocolate. Vanilla chocolate's bullshit to me. But like a new cone would be pretty cool.
Wait, hold on, Arthur. Are you insinuating that you think that the two colors should be separate?
No, I like
Why
neither
can't they
flavor.
mix together in a beautiful mixture?
Well, what would
Black
you
and
call
white.
that flavor? What would you call that mixture?
Twist. Twist.
Okay.
To call it bullshit is a very, just very
I wouldn't get it. I would never get either
hyperbole.
vanilla or chocolate.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but either way, you dip it in the cookie crunch is pretty good.
That sounds delicious. The
So,
the cookie crunch
yeah.
sounds delicious. But I wouldn't get
All
that.
right, so now
Wait,
look, I
hold on.
gotta
So is there Cold
what?
Stone still out there?
Yeah, I don't go to Kohl's. That's Kohl's, so more like cold slab that you're gonna be laying on after you die of diabetes.
It's
Cold
but it's
slab in a
delicious.
hospital.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that's too much though. I remember when I was a kid, like I had this like friend, he was super fat. Like he was cool and stuff, but I remember like his mom took us to he like after school he was like, I want Cold Stone. And his mom like took us to Cold Stone and I
Yeah.
watched him eat the biggest ice cream that they had there, which is like a KFC bucket of chicken size
Yeah.
ice cream. And I remember seeing it and just being like horrified. Because even I was like not like a skinny, like I was kind of a fat kid. I was a little bit chubby, but like even that was too much for
Did
me.
they dance though? Did they dance when you were a kid? Like get on the tables and dance. You could ask them to do it.
Oh, I thought you were asking if my fat friend
No,
danced,
it's
like
not.
when he got the ice
That's not what.
cream. Like he got the ice cream, so happy he just started dancing on the tables. I was like, what?
No, that's not what I meant at all.
Uh, no, no. Is that something they do?
Yeah, the Cold Stone people, if you ask them, they'll do a dance. Like that was their thing back in
Oh,
the day. And so you had to ask the people behind the counter, and they would all get up and sing and dance. Like I was not. I was worried you were one of those people that made them do it. It was. I feel like it's a little degrading.
okay. No, no, I didn't do that. It's like kind of like Heidi Lau, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's exactly like Heidi Lau now. But I feel like the Heidi Lau
Okay.
people now use it to like get famous. And so they use it as like a platform to get famous. So I feel like it's better.
Uh,
Like back in the day, Cold Stone Creamery, there was no way, no social media for them to like, get actually famous or go viral. So there was no point. It was just them trying to entertain us. It was awkward.
yeah, that's not really like a thing in America, like the dancing and the. I mean, for happy birthday, if it's your
Mm,
birthday, they'll come and do that. But like
yeah.
for nothing else.
For like Chili's, like they all come out and dance and sing for you. That was a thing.
Um. Oh, really?
Yeah. Wait, do you
Would
not
what
do any of
would they
these?
say? Would they sing Chili's baby back ribs? Would they sing
No,
that?
no.
Dude,
They-
this is a pod. Like nobody's gonna listen
no
to
one's
this.
gonna get it.
Maybe
It's all of our
only
stupid
the.
childhood.
It's like Aiden King will listen to it, and
I don't even think Aiden
maybe.
will get it.
Well, I mean, he'll listen to the
Yeah.
podcast, but like, I feel like all the Chinese listeners have like checked out by now.
Yeah, they're lost. They're like, I don't get any
Yeah.
of these references.
Chili's is the restaurant. Sorry, we need to give some clarity.
No, Chili's is
I
in
went to
Shanghai,
get. Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
but they
So
don't
was
have
Dairy
the
Queen.
song. They just don't have the
Yeah,
Chili's
there
Big
was.
Black Rib song.
This was the powerful like marketing
Jingle.
jingle. Yeah, dude, it's powerful. It like
Stays with
brainwashes
you
you.
forever.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Look, I'm on the BingKing podcast. I got a few bones to pick with some guests here. Okay, I
Okay.
got my notes. I got my names written down. All
All
right.
right. Who's the first one?
First name on the list.
Tattoo
See
guy.
what that says?
石宇健.
Yeah, the guy in your episode. Oh no, but we can talk about him too. No, the guy in your episode with Jam. When you asked, you said, "Hey, I noticed a lot of baristas have tattoos," and he
Yeah.
goes, "Yeah,
Vincent. I
because
remember.
dude, Vincent's on the SOSF list. Do you know what SOSF means, Arthur?
No. Is that a new term?
Swing on sight. Swing on sight, bro. As soon as I see him, I'm just gonna start. Ah.
That's how I know that you've never taken a boxing class ever.
Dude, it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
on site, bro.
All
Listen.
right. Tell me why that's wrong. Because I feel like also jiu-jitsu guys have a
Yeah,
bunch of tattoos.
some. Jason Rau doesn't have any tattoos.
Yeah, but like if a guy comes up and he's got a bunch of tattoos and
None of his black belts have tattoos.
oh yeah, I
No,
actually
one
think
black
that's a new
belt
thing. I think that's a new thing. I think that now tattoo culture has become so mainstream that like it's kind of cool not to have tattoos. Like I was listening to a guy in the UK talk about it on the train, and he was like, "Yeah, my band doesn't have tattoos. Like we don't do tattoos. We don't think that's the cool thing now." You know, because back in the day, all of the rock and roll guys had tattoos, and now there's like a trend where, I don't have any tattoos. I think it's going back that way.
I mean, maybe, yeah. Um, no, I just thought it was something because he said, and listen, I listen to like a lot of your
I
podcasts,
know. You're my biggest fan,
like
clearly. This is
I'm like, I'm
old.
like listening intently. All right. And now you can, okay, now when you tell me my Chinese is bad, you can shut up because I listen to all the pods. I only occasionally have to look up words.
Dude, your Chinese has gotten a lot better. But tell me what you have. What's your
Dude,
beef with Vincent?
he said, I think, well, his argument was that like people in coffee or baristas have like tattoos because a lot of them are like not very educated, which is a fair point. Like same thing with something like fighters. Like you could say a lot of fighters have tattoos because they're like, yeah, because like they're not like they're in like a working class
Correct.
environment. Like
Yep,
that's kind of like the norm, or it's encouraged maybe even.
I buy that.
I think what he, I th- I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something alluding to being like, oh yeah, like I see a lot of like these guys with like Japanese or like American style tattoos, and like they just don't mean anything, and like these guys are just like retarded. And I was like, dude, like you don't even you don't even know that's like where tattooing like came from. That's like where
Mm,
it came from. You
yes,
know what I mean?
and I
So it's
agree with
like,
that. But
yeah, it's
how
like
many people do you
I'm not
know
gonna.
that actually get let's say, the traditional American tattoo? All right, the original
Yeah.
like sailor type tattoos, and actually know what those mean. I bet you a lot of people don't know what those mean.
No, it doesn't matter, dude. You get what you like, dude. If somebody gets something that means something to them, that's like totally fine. Like I don't think any less of them. Like, okay, that's cool. Like it's on your body. It's
Yeah.
you. But like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you got this tattoo because your dog died? That's so stupid. Haha. Like I know tons of people with tattoos
Yeah,
from like their dogs who died, but like, and I would never do that. But that
I would
I'm not
never do
gonna be
that.
like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this person is not smart because he got
I don't think that's what he
a
was doing.
tattoo for his dog.
I'm gonna stand up for
I
Vincent.
mean, dude, that's what he was saying about people who have tattoos without meaning. So.
All right.
But
But like I think Vincent was
anyways,
really
so
trying to say that he has seen people who maybe don't have the ability to get into a bank, so they get tattoos, right? So that was this main point.
yeah, I mean, like that's yeah. I don't know if, well, I guess that might have been one of the points he was making,
And then his other point was just
but
that these tattoos, they're getting them just because they look cool and they don't understand the
yeah,
deep
yeah,
meaning
yeah,
behind them. Yeah. Which is, I'm
yeah, yeah. It's
sure a
like,
bunch of people do.
dude, even if you get a tattoo with a meaning, you're not gonna put it on your body if it doesn't look cool. Like, you
I
know what
agree
I
with that.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's
No,
not.
I agree with that.
It doesn't make any sense.
But
So Vincent,
all
it's
right,
SOSF.
fine.
It's swing on site. Number 2.
Yep, 石宇俊, I got you. All right. You're
That
just
was
picking
the
on
most.
tattoo people.
That was the most. Oh yeah, on the topic of tattoos, his tattoos are cool. No worries. But that
Oh,
was the most difficult podcast I ever listened to. This guy needs to chill. He's too. I don't know what he's got going on, but he needs to chill. He's got to hit that
happy.
chill button, bro.
Happy dude.
I guess you can't post on Redbook saying you're the best in Shanghai at Jiu-Jitsu. You can't do that. I've rolled with Su Ting. That dude is the best dude in Shanghai when Joseph's not there.
Yeah.
There's no debating that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So
I think it was clickbait. It's not fair. He's clickbaiting people
dude.
into his posts, and
But like it's like, all right, he does jiu-jitsu, then he says he quit jiu-jitsu one day, and then he doesn't need any friends, and the next day he's saying he's doing jiu-jitsu.
yeah,
What's going on here? And then he
I don't
says
know.
he's the best to check. What's going on here? You know? Also, I gotta say something for you. In a lot of your podcasts, I know sometimes you break from speaking Chinese to
Yeah.
go in English,
Yeah.
and you go, what are you doing? Or you
Yeah.
go, what is going on here? And you sound like Tucker Carlson when he's talking to that camera. He's like,
I
what is going on?
That's
You're like,
a,
dude, you're
that's a good
Chinese
Tucker.
Tucker, bro. It's cool.
No, you did a better Tucker than me. It just comes out, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got a question for you.
Don't get me wrong.
Why does it come out that way? Because why do you feel like you can't say that in Chinese? Like as well. You know what I mean?
I think it makes a bigger impact when I say it in English because it's more natural, and so it's more me.
How would you say it in Chinese?
I'd be like, 这搞什么事？这个 I don't know how to say it in Chinese. 为什么这样? So yeah, it doesn't come
It
out as
sounds
natural to me.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't have that connection to that term, so I don't use it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I got you.
It's just, and people rag on me all the time for like putting English in, and they're like, "Oh, you're fake Chinese or you're fake American,"
But
and I'm just like, "Oh, you gotta get off my case about this." I'm trying my best to do it all in Chinese, and sometimes English comes out, and there's nothing I can do, you know?
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your native language, like.
Yeah. I'm trying really
That's
hard to keep it all in Chinese, but sometimes that English it slips out. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's totally normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't see any issue with that. I think that I kind of know what they mean because like sometimes I'll be having a conversation in Chinese and then somebody will like sprinkle in English words and I don't really know why.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand, but also like, dude, it's your podcast. You're the king, so do what you want, you know. By the way, I looked on this app. I forget what the app's called. It's a podcast app, and you have like 300 something subscribers on it, so it's pretty good. I was gonna
What
say.
app is it? That's awesome.
It's like an app with like a little planet.
Oh, 小宇宙.
Yeah.
So I don't.
That's the one
You use it?
I use it to listen to that like mystery podcast I was
that's
telling you
awesome.
about.
小宇宙 is like the premier podcast app now in China because it's so simple. It's mostly just podcasts and books. It's nice. But yeah, I don't like it just pushes automatically to it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you got like 320 subscribers on there, so hey, you got something going.
Yes.
All right.
Who's
the next one?
Are there more? Is there more than 3? Oh, okay.
The bodybuilding guy.
Which bodybuilding guy? There are a bunch of them.
You had a guy, what?
Heido. Heido.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro. Dude, he was like so excited to talk about bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm listening to the episode. I'm like, oh, it's going to be interesting. Bro, you don't even give the man the time to talk, bro. You're like, listen, so how'd you get into bodybuilding? And then he's like, oh, like, I moved to Shanghai. I was so excited. All this stuff is
Yeah.
like so cool, and then you're like, don't you think this is like unhealthy? And then he's like, and you're like, yeah, like all the weight cutting I'm seeing, this stuff is bad news, bro. You gotta let that boy cook, dude.
I know. I feel really bad about that episode. I feel really bad about that
Man,
episode.
you gotta run it back one time with that guy.
Yeah, I bet you he's got a lot. He's doing his own stuff now, though. Like he took that
Oh,
episode,
really?
and now he's doing his own like kind of interview clip show. So he's actually doing quite well, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he did mine. He really enjoyed it, and he's doing like a bunch of interviews with like bodybuilders now, and it's kind of awesome.
Oh, sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanna know what cause like I mean I know a lot about American bodybuilding. I mean enough as much as there is to know pretty much, but I would really be interested to learn about their views on it in China, like what they do.
Yeah. I mean, dude, in the video, did he look like really small?
I didn't watch the video. I
Okay.
just Spotify. Yeah.
He's in like a hoodie, and then he takes off the hoodie like now, and he's getting ready for competition, and dude is jacked. Dude's
Damn.
huge, but he's like,
That's a dream.
yeah, he's like sleeper build. He's jacked. I had no idea, and because I've worked out with him, but he's always been in like a hoodie and like sweatpants. So like I saw him recently on social media, and he's like big. It was wild.
That's dope. It's
Unexpected.
sick. Yeah, I also listened to the most recent one with CN and Tommy. That was a good one.
Yeah, CN's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that
Dude,
one was cool.
CN's
Yeah,
Chinese is
that's
so
good.
good.
Her what?
Her Chinese is on like a different level. Like I
Oh,
listen
yeah,
to Chinese
yeah.
and I'm like, oh shit. Like she actually has like a real vocabulary as compared to like me and like Tommy, who are really like basic Chinese. Like CN has like a real
Yeah,
vocabulary.
listening to it, I was I was thinking like, oh wow, she is like talking fast
Yeah.
and she also speaks well.
Yeah.
She has like a little bit of an accent too.
Yep.
So I was like a little I was just thinking like I mean maybe if when I was still in China I'd be able to keep up with this, but I was like if I was doing this podcast or now I'd just be like I'd be behind.
There were
Like I
two.
understand it all, but it's
Yeah.
yeah.
You can understand it because of context clues, but she goes and there are a bunch of words that I didn't know. But like because of context clues, I got through it.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely words I didn't know, but like it took me like half a second to like catch up to what she was saying because she talks pretty fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good episode talking about like music and stuff. Um,
You know,
anyways, yeah, so I'm on the BingKing podcast now. Happy to be here.
everyone wants to
So
talk about you and not about my past guests, right?
listen, hey, I'm the listen, I'm the biggest fan and I'm here right now. I can't believe it. I just gotta preach my love for the show.
All right. So let me take
Oh
over.
wait, hold on.
One
One
more.
more thing.
Fine.
You gotta change the music. Oh, the music.
The intro?
I hate the music. Yeah, you gotta change the intro
I'm actually on it, actually.
music.
I'm
When
thinking about it
when
because
it's
it's coming up on
yeah.
like season 3. I feel like I've cut it into like from audio to like video, I made it season 2. And like now that I have captions and I've made a bunch of edits. I think I'm on to like season 3 and I'll probably change up the intro.
Yeah, I feel like it's the outro.
Oh.
Because when the music's coming, I try to pause it before the music plays because I'm like
Oh.
autistic and I like don't want to hear
Okay.
but don't listen to me because I got mental issues.
I
So.
actually might keep the outro, but but the intro I might change. I'm thinking about it. I might
Yeah, I
actually do a
mean music
logo.
is also not logo's cool. Oh, you want to redo the
Yeah, I
logo?
might think about redoing the logo. I've had that logo forever.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
yeah, you could redo it.
Yeah, I got this for
You
free.
could redo it.
It was awesome. So
Sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
So can I talk about you now?
So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I think what everyone actually wants to know is how's home? How's it different
Home
from
is in
here?
Michigan. Home or like Michigan or
Oh,
living
people
in
want
New York.
people want to hear about the U.S. So like what you're doing over at Jason's, what you're doing over at in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, so I'm training in Long Island, New York, and I'm training full time at Vanguard Academy under Jason Rau, and then I'm also teaching at a gym called Monarch that's also on the island
Yeah.
with one of Jason Rau's black belts who owns that gym. And I'm teaching kids and adults. And then actually, Jason just messaged me because they just opened their second gym this week,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
he wants to know if I'm interested in teaching the morning classes.
Oof.
So I told him I'm down, but the morning class is like 6 a.m., bro.
Yeah.
Super early. Yeah,
Morning classes are rough.
but
It's a rough bunch of people.
yeah, yeah, it's all right though. It's obviously I'll be getting paid for the classes, and then as well, like it's I don't know. It's nice to wake up early.
How's it different
I've
from
been looking for an excuse to wake up really early.
how's it different from Shanghai? Like being out there and then being here, what's different?
Oh, first of all, I'm living in the suburbs,
Hmm.
so that's probably the biggest difference is that I'm not in the city. So I'm doing a lot more driving and spending more time at home. What was a fist bump for?
It's for driving. It means that you're listening to my
Yeah,
podcast in the car.
yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah. Did I listen to your podcast like from morning to night, honestly?
Ridiculous. You should not be doing that.
First thing I do when I wake up in the morning is throw
Terrible
on the
idea.
BingKing
Terrible idea.
podcast. So yeah, just like life is different, you know. I'm not surrounded by that many people. Driving more, spending more time at home, eating more at home, cooking more, and yeah, just training more jiu-jitsu.
You
A
like it
lot
better?
more jiu-jitsu. So
You like it better?
which aspect of it? I don't know if I can say
Overall. Overall. I want like a
overall.
yeah.
I think I definitely it kind of depends. I don't want to say day to day, but it's before, like around the time I was leaving Shanghai and like a little bit before that, I think maybe the time I left and that about maybe 6 months before I left, I was feeling like a little disenfranchised in Shanghai.
Yeah.
So when I left and I got here to Michigan, I wasn't super thrilled because Michigan is pretty boring.
Yeah.
And then when I
Ohio's
got to
not
New
boring.
York,
Yeah.
no, no, it's not at all. And when I got to Long Island, I still in the beginning I was still like a little um I don't know how to say, like sort of anxious as well, like, you know, still missing things from Shanghai a little bit.
Yeah.
More so than anything else, I was just anxious about the move and just my life.
Yeah.
But I think since moving there, like from like the first week I was there until now, I've just had like so much fun
Yeah.
living there like every day. Yeah, just like whether it's training or going to shows or hanging out with friends or going to do something in the city or like going to some restaurant to eat some like really good sandwiches or pizza or something like that. Like there's just hanging out at someone's house, like there's always something to do as well. Yeah, I'm not working full time right now, so that helps a lot.
Yeah.
However, there's definitely still times where I miss Shanghai, and I do believe I could see myself moving back to China at some point.
Uh-huh.
So, but but I'm definitely having a lot more fun here, I guess I
Yeah.
could say.
Um,
Yeah,
oh man, you said sandwiches and I literally drooled. There are
like
no
chopped cheese, dude.
oh, there are no good sandwiches out
There's
here.
none.
None.
There's
Zero.
none.
There's
Yeah,
okay pizza, but there's like zero good sandwiches out here. And it
dude.
makes me so mad.
Yeah, it's funny because like I feel like when Chinese people think about a sandwich, they're thinking about like the sandwiches that you buy at like yeah,
Yeah.
like
True.
7-Eleven. It's like, dude,
Not even close.
that's like instant noodles. Like
Yeah.
it goes so
Sure.
much crazier, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that makes me so sad because I love like just like a big Italian sub or oh my God. Or
Yeah, dude.
Cats.
Oh,
Fucking Cats Deli is just my favorite place in the world. That's
where's that?
Cats in Brooklyn or like by the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Cat's
cool.
Deli, the pastrami sandwich. If you're ever in the city, Cat's Deli is the best. The sandwich is like this
Oh,
big, first of all. It's a ridiculous
nice.
sandwich. And it's just pastrami, cheese, and then they give you like a pickle on the side. It's the best sandwich. It's my favorite.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. Yeah, I mean, dude, that and also, yeah, I mean, coming back to the food here is nice. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
eat out that much, but yeah, I mean, sandwiches as well as like the pizza in New York is. I mean, look, we got good pizza in Shanghai, especially the Italian stuff, but the pizza in New York is pretty good, bro.
Dude, it's
As well,
so
like the
good.
halal food.
I know. Oh my
The
God.
halal
Chicken
food's so
rice
good,
is
and it's like
so
cheap.
good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
chicken rice
The
stands
lamb.
are outrageous. Yeah. That makes me sad.
I mean,
That stuff is so good.
yeah, that stuff is also like relative. I mean, it's a little bit salty sometimes, but it's
Really
pretty
salty.
healthy,
Yeah.
honestly, you know?
I don't know about what I
So,
don't know what's in that sauce. Like there's the yogurt sauce and
oh,
then there's
the
some of
white
the
sauce.
sauces don't
That's
really.
the white sauce is my friend told me there's some mayo in there. I got
Yeah.
a friend from Pakistani friend. He was
There's
telling me
definitely
like
mayo,
some
there's
mayo and some
yogurt,
other stuff.
and then something else. I don't know what's in the white sauce, but that one it's delicious, but also anything white and creamy on
Yeah.
my food I don't know about. And then like and like a lot of the sauces I'm a little iffy on, but that is overall healthy. It's got to be
Yeah,
chicken
yeah.
rice, right? It's
So,
chicken meat and
yeah,
rice.
food's been good.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me so jealous.
Yeah.
That stuff is, but like overall, how's the training? I mean, I'm sure the training is much
Oh, the
better.
training.
Hmm?
I mean, yeah, I mean the training at workshop was always sick, and then Ocean was good too. But at the end of the day, I was a coach, so
Yeah.
there was only like a few guys who would really give me rounds where they were like going for it.
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like I didn't always. I was always kind of rolling at a certain pace.
Yeah.
I think after coming here, like I think what I found even the first time no, not the first time. I want to say like pretty much every time I've come to visit, I came to visit Long Island before I moved here, and even just this time getting here has been like I do find with people my level is like where it should be as a brown belt,
Hmm.
but the the pace is much different.
What do you mean?
Like because it's I mean the gym I train at, everyone's competing like all the time. Like there's one dude who's been competing like literally 8 weekends in a row.
Jeez.
Like people are competing all the time, and so people are like in training they're trying to, I don't want to say like I feel like there's like a bad connotation with this with saying this, but they're like they're trying to win in training, like they're really going for it. uh Not like you're getting hurt or anything, but the rounds are not easy, like they're not giving things up easily.
Right.
They're not just quitting on you, like everyone is, people are rolling hard.
Yeah.
And the pace is much different. So part of adjusting to the training environment here every time I've come here has been the pace.
Yeah.
Has been I mean whether it's like, using a little bit more strength or just things moving faster as well. Another thing that has to do with the pace is just your like mental, kind of your attitude.
Okay. I
Like
get
you
that.
can't, yeah, like you can't just like
Right.
settle and be like, oh, this guy's better than me, so like he's gonna beat me.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm rolling with guys who are better than me, I still have to be like, I still have to be kind of, uh, I still have to be kind of brainwashing myself to think that I can
Win.
get something going on them.
Okay.
Yeah, like to or else like there's no point in the round really. So yeah, I would say that the pace is the biggest
Yeah.
thing at the gym. I
I've
mean the
been training
techniques are all really good too.
I've been training with Justin on Mondays for the refuge nogi class.
Mhm.
And Justin
Shout
said,
out Justin.
yeah, shout out Justin. Justin tells me over and over, he's like, Arthur, and he says it in his like Australian accent. He's like, you don't have the dog in you. And I'm just like, I get it. Like, I'm too chill. Like, if I get into a position that's like that I can rest in, I'll just rest there. And he's like, no, you got to fight out of your position, and you got to
Yeah.
get on top. You got to get at it, and that's something that I don't have. Like, I don't, and it's something that is lacking, I think, in a lot of the places that I train. Like, people aren't fighting for top position. They're just like, I can be in guard like forever if I want. They're not
Yeah,
fighting for a better.
100%.
Yeah.
I
Go for
think
it.
for him to say that, I know what he means, but like it's not like you don't have that in you. It's just like you just said, based on the places that you train,
Yeah.
it's not built in you, But
Hmm.
that's not to say that if you were at a gym like that, at a more competitive gym, that you wouldn't, adjust
Right.
and end up finding that pace. But yeah, I know what he's saying. I mean, that's to be expected though. I mean, a lot of the gyms in China are run by like hobbyists, and
Yeah.
or maybe the coaches compete like, once a year or something. Like they're not gonna, they're probably not gonna have that like competition edge,
Right.
in the training, and it's not gonna sprinkle off on the students. It's to be expected, I think.
Do you think that it's better for you to keep that kind of mentality? Because I've always been taught that if you're in that mindset all the time, you're gonna get hurt. Like, that's what I hear, right? Like, you're gonna get hurt if you're constantly going at it and trying to like win. That eventually you're gonna get hurt. Are injuries up over there? Like,
No,
pretty safe.
no, I mean injuries happen, but like not any more or any less than when I was in Shanghai at workshop or at Ocean.
That's so interesting. Yeah.
Um,
What do
I
you
know
think?
I know what people. Sorry, what?
What do you think is different that they can keep that kind of pace, that kind of mentality, but keep a relatively safe environment?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do also with the fact that,
Gotta be
mm,
skill.
how do I put this? Yeah, it's technique. Like
Yeah,
if you're fighting somebody and you're like that much better than them, you don't really need to exert that much energy, and you don't really need to like go hard, as they say.
sure.
If you're fighting somebody who's way better than you and you just kind of give up when they beat you, then again, you're not really fighting or going hard.
Hmm.
Maybe you roll somebody that's similar similar level with you. I'm talking about like at hobbyist gyms, right? Like
Yeah,
somewhere like any gym in Shanghai except for a method. Like, you roll with somebody who's like same level as you. Okay, maybe you have kind of a hard roll, like trying to pass the guard, and then like somebody gets to, like a top pin, like side controller mount, and then like that person on bottom maybe is like not good there, and then like gets tapped, or like, so I don't know, just something like that. Like, but when you are rolling with somebody at when I'm rolling with people at these gyms and we're similar skill levels, like so many things could happen in a roll. Like
yeah,
he could pass my guard and then I escape and then I go to sweep him and take his back, and then like we're in a leg exchange. Like so many things could happen
yeah,
that you're I think that, yeah, so you're just always fighting. And then the other thing too, is just being used to that pace. So it's not like we're going crazy every round every day, but
hmm,
I think the point is that there's a lot more people around my skill level to give me better rolls. So I need to always kind of keep an elevated pace with them. As well, even I mean, even the blue belts here, like not all of them, but there are like some blue belts that I roll with that it's they're not giving things up easy. Like I
yeah,
might really have to work to pass their guard, and even when I get them inside control, they just escape, and it's like, all right, like this is difficult.
yeah,
But yeah, I think that, like I said, one part of it is just being with other people who are similar skill level as you, and then the other part of it is just being used to that higher pace training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard. I mean, I think that's a hard transition, at least for me. If I'm putting myself in your shoes, right? Like if I was
Mhm.
you, I would find that to be 100% the hardest thing to like kind of transition into. I think I'm so used to kind of this like slow pace during rounds that I'm just like I can't imagine speeding it up for like 3 or 4 rounds in a row. I feel like I would be I don't know if I'd keep with it. I feel like I would get hurt. That's what
Yeah.
I worry about.
No. I mean, like, you won't get hurt. It's just I mean, it's good for you. Like, you'll just be more tired. I mean, that's the first
Yeah.
part. And then once you get past that, and I don't want to say that I'm like every round of every day is like that. Like, there's obviously rounds I take with people who I'm better than, people I can work new things on.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, it's not. I don't want to say it's difficult. It really depends on how you look at it. Like, yeah, it is difficult, but it's also really
Rewarding.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
because I'm I'm learning tons of new things and solving new problems and getting new problems thrown at me all the time. So
mhm.
it makes for a very interesting training every day.
Yeah. So now that you're teaching out there, and
Hmm.
what do you think you messed up on when you opened workshop? Where did you go wrong? Where did workshop go wrong? Now that you've seen like a
What
successful gym.
I want to say there's two things that are like my biggest regrets, or not big, my biggest mistakes. One was opening the gym without another. I know I had Elena as a partner, but
Yeah.
like without another brown belt,
Mm,
so without somebody else like around my skill level who was going to take like at least half of the group classes. So I had nobody to split the work with. Like of course Elena was there to do like she would film for class. Sometimes she taught the kids classes. She did a lot of like sales stuff and helped with the
yeah.
general administration of the gym, which was amazing. But yeah, I definitely should have had a like another coach. Like I should have had two main coaches.
Mm,
That was a pretty big mistake on my end. The other thing is that I did almost I did almost no research or self-learning on business
yeah.
before opening the gym, after opening the gym. I maybe listened to like one or two podcasts about like opening a gym, like opening a jiu-jitsu gym, like that was it.
Hmm.
And in reality, like there's so much more that goes into the business side of it. Uh, I think it's partly because of where I'm from, because in America, you kind of honestly like there's gyms here. I mean, even the gym that I started at, they spend zero money on advertising. They
Yeah.
don't advertise. They don't do
It,
any commercials or
mhm.
anything, and they still make tons of money.
Yeah. They don't need to.
That yeah, and like they're not even in like a big city, so you know, in America you can just do that, but in Shanghai it's different. Uh, so I did almost no I had no education on business before opening. I think that was
Yeah.
my second biggest mistake. If you look at a gym like Bushido that's run by Solo, he's very, very business savvy. Not just
Yep.
him, but as well like Seb and Eddie as well. Like all the people who are involved in Bushido all know what they're doing when it comes to business.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I were to and I see a lot of the things that I've learned about business now, I see them doing it.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of missed opportunities for when I was running workshop. At the same time, you know, I I think it was just how to say. I don't know, it's a lot. I was like 28.
Yeah.
I was 28 and you know, I wanted to train jiu-jitsu, but then I also got to learn about business, but then I also got to like I had like a part-time job and
Yeah. It was hard.
you know, also trying to figure out social media. Yeah, it was a lot of there was a lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
I tell people all the time that now, if you want to start anything in Shanghai, you have to have a social media following. Like you need to have like a social media base where when people think jujitsu in Shanghai, they think whatever gym, whether it's Method, Bushido, workshop. Like you need to have a social media following when they're like, oh, I'm going to be in Shanghai. I might as well go to this gym to go train. Like I think that's
Yeah, for sure.
it must be done. And so many people don't do that. Whether it's opening up a restaurant, whether it's opening up, a climbing gym, like they need to have that social media following.
I mean, you can always start the business and then start to do the social media. I mean,
I think it's too late.
I think that what's most important is just that you have it going.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I think that personally, I did a pretty good job of that being in Shanghai.
Mm-hmm.
After workshop opened, and even when I was at Ocean, like, I mean, my Xiaohongshu has,
A lot.
I think UNE is the only guy with more followers than me on Redbook for Jiu-Jitsu.
Mm.
I think he's the only guy.
Yeah.
But like I have like over 5,000 followers on Redbook, and Bilibili is definitely not there. I'm still like building it up, but like I would have tons of people coming to Shanghai, coming to drop by a workshop or Ocean, trying to come train with me. So
Yeah.
that part at least got right. But yeah, anyways, just to finish what I was saying about the workshop thing, it's just I'm still happy that I
Oh, for
ran
sure.
workshop and that it still happened. But yeah, I mean, if I were to do it all over again, it would be completely different.
Completely different. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, you learn so much, right? Like you leave,
Yeah.
you do your own business, you leave, you come back, and then you're much more educated on it. I think that's why people go and do like MBAs late in their life. They go to do their MBA after all of their work in finance, and then they come back and they're like, oh, I've learned so much from the work that it makes sense to do the MBA now. Like that's
Oh
why
yeah.
most people do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read two books recently by this guy Alex Hormozy about how to make people like offers, and then how to make people how to find leads and stuff. And these books just had so much valuable information about business.
Yeah.
And as I was reading them, I was like, wow, this is all incredible information, and this is 100% how you would run a successful business.
Yeah.
And I didn't do any of this for workshop, not even like one thing
Yeah.
the right way. So yeah,
Yeah. I
but
think a
I'm gonna
lot of
try to
people do.
apply it to some other things.
Yeah. I felt the same way when we had the club, right?
Mm.
We opened a club just because a bunch of people were like, we want to go drink with our friends. So why not? Let's just open a club on the Bund in Shanghai and just cater to all of our friends. And of course that doesn't work. Like you didn't do enough
Yeah,
marketing, you didn't do anything that business says you should do. You just catered to your friends and had this little place that kept losing money month after month, year after year. It just didn't make sense, right?
that's
No business.
kind of workshop.
Yeah.
That's kind of workshop. Yeah.
It's most
Uh,
businesses that are just like, oh, we like this thing. We're going to do this thing, but make it a business. And it just doesn't work.
yeah. It's cool though. I mean, I'm really glad I did. Like, I would never. I mean, I don't want to say never, but I definitely would not want to do things any differently
Yeah, because you
because it
don't
was
regret it.
still such a yeah, dude, it was still so much fun.
It was
So
so much fun. Yeah.
yeah,
Dude, I mean, I don't regret the club either. Like, some of the best years of my life were just in the club, looking out the windows and being like, I can't believe I'm here. Like, this is
yeah.
awesome.
What year was this?
2012, 2011, something like that.
Oh man,
Way back in the day.
that's
And just,
incredible. That
yeah, it was
must have been
so
so
much
much
fun.
fun.
Oh my God, I had such a good time. Because you
That's
look out and you're like, all of these people are here in this place that we built. It was an incredible time.
that's awesome. That's around the time British Dean got to China too.
Yeah. And we have
And
a
he
bunch of
dropped into the
oldies.
club.
Yeah. British
Yeah.
Dean was not our target audience.
Hey, you never know.
No,
Oh, okay.
definitely was not. But like
Cool.
it was awesome. And like workshop I feel like was the same way. Like workshop, you started off, it was just you and your friends going out to train. Like train exactly what you wanted to train. I think that was the important part, right? Like people, you were saying, I wasn't getting enough no-gi classes at the right time. Like I just want to open my place and train the way I want to train. Like I feel like that was the
Mm,
start of workshop, and you got all of your friends to come in and do it with you. Like that's exactly how I felt when we opened the club. Just come and party the way we want to party. Like that was it. And of
yeah,
course it was a huge failure, but I don't regret it. Like it was fun.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
for sure. I got you.
So if you had to come back, let's say, and
Uh,
what would you do differently in this new, I guess, workshop version 2, let's say, if you did? What would you do differently?
oh, if I open a gym, if I come back to Shanghai, I'm not opening a gym.
Okay, gotcha. That's what
I don't
I'm curious
think,
about that.
yeah, I mean, maybe I would like partner up with somebody else and open a gym, but it probably wouldn't be like a full-time thing. It'd
Mm.
be like I'm there as a coach and like
Oh,
I'll
you like that
invest
better?
some and like, yeah, dude. I mean,
Why is that better?
it's because there's just not enough money in jiu-jitsu
In
in
Shanghai.
China to,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I'm not
That's
trying to,
most jujitsu, and it's still not enough money.
yeah. I think I respect what like a lot of the guys, a lot of the coaches in China do. A lot of them are in the gym all day, or if they're not in the gym all day, some like gym owners, they require somebody to be like at the gym,
Yeah.
from like morning to night or something. And if they're not doing that, they're like teaching privates and stuff. A lot of privates and then group classes. But dude, I mean, honestly, the way that gyms operate there, I understand it because you don't make a ton of money from memberships, so you need to also make money from private classes.
Yeah.
And what that usually entails is like the coach gets like 50% of a private class and all this stuff. But like, it's just really hard because to do this in America, it's like the opposite. Like nobody takes a cut from the coach
Yeah.
at a gym for private lessons. Um, if you're a gym owner, you can I mean, you can be making more money than a doctor at just one gym, and like you don't even have to be there all day.
Yeah.
I think if I was gonna open a gym, it would definitely be in America. I wouldn't do it in China just because I just don't think that the market is developed enough yet. It's definitely too competitive for jiu-jitsu in Shanghai. There's just too many gyms,
Yeah.
and there's too many gyms, and the market is not there. So like, the demand isn't there, but you're like providing too much, and there's just not enough money to be had. I would, if I came back, I would either just accept a coaching position at a gym,
Yeah.
or I guess I would just go like train at a gym.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anyone's. I mean, I would be pretty picky about which gym that would be because
Correct.
I don't want to take any stupid classes where we're doing dumb warm-ups and bad techniques. So I'd be pretty picky about which gym I'm going to train at. But if I was going to teach at a gym like a couple days a week, I'd be down with that. Yeah.
Right. Why do you think that is? Like, to me, Shanghai has always had a problem with two problems. One, there are too many options, right? There are too many things for someone to do in Shanghai that no one's loyal to their one thing, right? A lot of people are just like, a lot of my friends just kind of hop around. They're like, I'll do a little bit of this on Monday, I'll do a little bit of this on Tuesday, and a lot of people hop around. There are some people that are very loyal to
Isn't
it.
that
Don't get
isn't
me
that
wrong.
you?
That's me. It's 100%
Isn't
me.
that?
And then number two, it's that I don't think the majority of the Chinese population, even though there's so many people in Shanghai, actually like working out. I think that exercise is just not part of the Chinese culture. So people do it kind of just because it's seen as like a status thing. I think that
Mhm.
exercise, I'll give you a good example. Whenever I tell people that I'm into, let's say, jujitsu or I'm into swimming. They'll ask me, "Are you a coach?" And they'll ask me, "Are you a coach?" Because they think you're in this for the money, not because you're interested in this thing. Like the first thing they ask you is, "Are you a coach?" And I'm like, "No, I just really like this thing." Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it bothers me that your first initial reaction is you're doing this for money. So whenever I hear something like that, I'm like, huh, like, don't you have hobbies that you don't do for money? Like, there are other things that you can do that don't make you money, but you enjoy. Like, that always has bothered me. And it's made me realize that maybe exercise, at least exercise, isn't really like part of the Chinese culture. So it becomes very difficult to push something onto a very small amount of onto a very small group of people that have a lot of options.
Sure, I definitely understand what you're saying. I think that something interesting I learned a few years ago, and I mean, maybe this is, I don't think the statistic has changed much since then, but there was a study done showing that, like, I think in America, 19% of the population of America has or has previously had a gym membership.
Mm,
Australia was 21%,
okay.
and China was like 1%.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's not
So,
bad.
yeah, I mean, I think that there's a few things, like, I mean, one reason being just that the idea of like health and fitness is a relatively new concept there,
Yeah,
whereas
it's not
like
caught up.
this stuff in America has been pushed since the 80s, really,
Yeah,
since, Pumping Iron. When did that come out? I think that was in like the maybe 79
yeah,
when Arnold was
early 80s.
doing his thing. So,
Yeah,
yeah, so that's part of it. I think the other part of it too is just, yeah, I mean, like I don't want to say that the culture doesn't promote exercise. I mean, there are some forms of exercise, but they're a lot less intense. Like, if jujitsu is up here,
yeah.
ping pong is like down here, you know, in terms of
Ooh,
intensity,
I don't know if I agree with that. The ping
No, no,
pong
no,
people
no, like,
move a lot.
yeah, but you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
they're not
Yeah,
running into each other like football players,
yeah,
Um, so, I mean, yeah, like, I think a lot of the exercise in China is like, they got the hacky sack in the park, they got Tai Chi, they got ping pong. None of this stuff is a contact-based sport.
correct.
That's part of it. Um, so, selling something like jiu-jitsu, I don't think that they're any less likely to do it than Americans, but I just think that it's a bit more foreign to them.
Mm.
I mean, there's still some Americans who are like, "Don't touch me. Like, I'm never gonna do jiu-jitsu. It's
Yeah.
gross."
Oh,
So that's
I
that's
have a lot of
that's
friends
that's
that
a
say that.
yeah, it's a person to person thing. But
Yeah.
I just think that it's yeah. I mean, you don't see wrestling as much in China as you do here. And then I think the other thing too is that I mean, a lot of people just I mean, for a hobby like jujitsu, that I mean, it's not cheap. It's it's time. It costs time. It's kind of a time investment. Also there's like a risk for injury technically. I mean, if you weigh out the pros and cons, I mean, it is like one of the coolest sports, but there's a lot of investment that goes into it
Yeah.
between time and money and your body.
Yeah.
You're laughing. What are you laughing about?
It's kind of cool. I wouldn't say jujitsu is one of the coolest sports in the world. I think
Oh,
jujitsu is.
dude.
Eh.
I mean, it's awesome. Like it's so much fun. But
I agree. It's very fun.
yeah. Yeah, but
I don't know if it's cool.
there's if you look at like listen, do you want to be next on the SOSF list? Because
Magic's the Gathering's fun, but it's not cool. You know?
don't even try to compare these two. Okay, anyways. Well, both of them smell bad, so
Yeah.
there's that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I just think like, dude, if you're trying to sell like exercise in somewhere like China where people are, they gotta work and then they have family and kids and they gotta take care of their parents and all this stuff, like I just think like something like F45 or Super Monkey is gonna be like the thing to make the most money,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, dude, for me to do a jiu-jitsu session, I mean, here at the noon classes, we're doing like an hour and a half of training.
Yeah. That's serious.
And I'm getting there early to drill
Drill.
and
Right.
train. So I'm there for like 2.5 hours, you know. And then you got to think about the commute and the shower and commute both ways and all this stuff. It's
Should
like
have you
half your
there.
day.
Yeah.
So I mean, even for jiu-jitsu, for a lot of people, like that was a big reason why I was always trying to make like the classes at Workshop and Ocean 30 minutes drilling, 30 minutes sparring.
Mm.
People don't have that much time. They gotta get home, they gotta have dinner with their kids, or they gotta go finish something for work tomorrow, whatever it is, or they're
Yeah.
getting off work late. They gotta get it in and out. So even like an hour-long class, I mean, with commute, shower, potentially, yeah, like 2 hours. Whereas if they could just go to F45 and be in and out the door. So,
Yeah.
does that kind of help answer your question?
Yeah. 100%. I just
Yeah,
think it's culturally everyone's just too busy, especially in Shanghai. I bet you if you went to a
yeah,
smaller city where there's less jujitsu competition and you can actually get a good loyal group going, I have a feeling that it would do okay. But I also feel like if you'd still have to change a lot of the culture, and the culture is really where I'm seeing kind of a disconnect, right? I think everyone sees
yeah, and
exercise not as a part of life, but maybe just something that they do on, just for kicks.
yeah, and I mean that's like I mean, as you and I talk, and I know I used this word before, and I don't mean to be uh, flippant with using this word, but like we're speaking from a place of privilege,
Yeah,
in America, like everybody has
100%.
time for that stuff, and you can have You can have you can be married with 4 kids and have a full-time job and still go train jiu-jitsu. Like that's pretty normal. So,
Oof. Is it? Is
dude,
that
there's
really
plenty.
normal?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's plenty of guys. I mean, also you could bring your kids to the gym. They're training jiu-jitsu and
Yeah,
like,
that I've seen.
it's yeah. So
It
maybe
is.
you're not in the gym every day, but you're still training.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that a lot in New Jersey as well. Like I saw a bunch of like dads that are just in there. And yeah,
Yeah, man.
dad comes in, dad's like got his purple belt, his son's got his, blue belt, and they're all in there all the time. And they see it as like bonding time,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the classes I teach, it's like kid comes in, takes the class, sticks around, goes on the couch and does his homework. Dad
Yeah.
goes to train adult class. Like,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That is awesome. And I think
Uh,
that's where the culture is a little bit different, right? I think
yeah.
here that just doesn't happen. It's rare that it happens here. I think
Yeah.
because like I
Yeah.
went to Jersey and I'll be honest, like you walk-ins, I know walk-ins are a thing, but like sometimes the coach is just like, "Ah, don't sweat it. You're only here for a day. You're my guest. You're my friend. Don't even sweat the walk-in." And like
Mhm.
there's enough business, like continuous business, that one walk-in is not the end of the world. And I see that a lot less in Shanghai. I think the gyms here are struggling a little bit more. They're like, no, I kind of, I would like you. It would help if you paid the walk-in.
Oh
And
yeah, dude. There's a there's a gym here that doesn't even do
free first.
like drop. They don't even do drop-ins.
Yeah.
Like they just like the membership is just I don't really know how it works. It's like you I think it's like you pay for the membership like when you want to or something. It's something crazy
Yeah.
like that. But they have tons of members and people are paying. But
Yeah.
like if you drop in, they're like, yeah, you're just paying us with your jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I've heard that as well.
It's like
That's wild.
that's like it's wild, but I mean that's how good the market is for something like that here.
Yeah.
So
Like I can't imagine that happening in Shanghai. Like it can't. Rent will kill you way before you have enough members to do that. How often are you competing?
I've competed twice in the 3 months I've been here.
Mm.
I did a kind of just like a normal open tournament called Grappling Industries, and then I just did one last weekend. where there was like an audience and like there's like lights
How's
and all this
that?
stuff.
Nervous?
That was interesting. It was different. It was different for sure. Because usually when you compete, it's loud.
Yeah.
But when I went to compete there, it was like quiet. And I've done matches like that before when I was
Mhm.
like a blue belt or something, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
So
Fun?
that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, definitely fun. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's just different because you are definitely way more zoned in,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Were we gonna get a video
So,
from that? Do you have video from that?
I posted like a brief video on Redbook from my
Yeah.
match. But yeah, I could post the full thing. I want to do like a match breakdown.
Yeah. That's what we
Um,
want.
yeah. Yeah, it was cool. I fought this like Korean dude. He's American, but it's Korean and like he's a brown belt from Renzo Gracie, Manhattan. So like the blue basement, you know.
Yeah. Well,
And so I had a match with him and then uh yeah, I won. That was cool. And then I was kind of just going to that match just feeling really nervous. I think one thing that helped was that we looked up. He had a video on YouTube. The guy's really nice, so I mean, I don't mean to
okay.
like shit on him, but he had a video on YouTube of like a match he had with somebody, and I was like looking it up, and my not my well, one of my coaches, I guess, one of the gym owners that I work for, he's like, you don't want to look at that right now. He's like, let me look at it. And I give him my phone. He's like, all right, I'm gonna look at it. He watches. He's like, he just starts laughing out loud. He's like, dude, he just got choked in like 30 seconds. Like
Oh,
he's not good. I was like,
oh,
oh, okay, all right, I'm chilling. But yeah, the match was cool. I won with this like thing called a bear trap or like a calf slicer, and
oh yeah, I saw
everybody's
that.
messaging me.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's messaging me like, "What did you do?" Like nobody could see
It's a
it from the
magic.
camera angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were like, "Did you squeeze him to death? Like what happened?" So somebody asked me if I pulled missionary on him or something. It was pretty funny. Uh,
That's awesome.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more competitions, man. I mean, it's cool. I'm learning a lot about myself and a lot about my jiu-jitsu by competing again. And I
All,
don't think that
all of
it's
the
something
guys
I'll
actually,
do.
all of the guys out
Oh, sorry, what?
here say that that's
Mm,
the biggest problem with any sport that they want to do is that there aren't enough competitions. They're just not enough where you can do every week.
yeah,
So people don't see any of their improvement, right? Like they don't have that environment where they can compete every week like we did when we were kids, where you can go where I went, swim team Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday you were competing. Like every week you saw improvement. And that kind of
yeah,
kept you in there. But here you have maybe 2 or 3 competitions every couple months, and then you're just in the gym kind of grinding for nothing. So a lot of people feel
yeah,
like if there were more competitions, I'd be more into jujitsu.
yeah. I think that's a really good point, and I've actually brought this point up to numerous people in Shanghai
Yeah,
before. Is that yeah, there's just not enough competition. I mean, there's AJP that happens, and there's what else? There's like GC, JJF or
yeah,
something, or
there are a couple.
AS something.
Yeah,
Soon there's gonna be SOSF, where you're gonna show up and you're gonna compete against me.
I
See who can swing on sight faster. Anyways,
think it's gonna be me.
but so yeah, I think that's a pretty glaring problem with the jiu-jitsu. I mean, I don't know how much of that has to do with the fact that the demand is not there.
Hmm.
I think also, I don't know. I remember I always used to like when I was at Absolute, when I was at Ocean. I don't know why I didn't do it when I was at workshop, but I would always, I don't know, even I tried, dude. I was always trying to like get people to organize an in-house tournament.
Yeah,
Absolute, workshop, Ocean. I was trying. There were always the same problems. One was that they'd say, "Oh, we need like a medical staff, a medical
yeah,
team,"
that's
which is
that's
true.
yeah, it's 100% true.
I mean, technically, to do it legal, you need that. I mean,
Yeah.
the competition I was at over the weekend, they didn't have that, and it's illegal, but it still happened.
Do you remember when you did
Uh,
the cage match with what's his name? from
Oh, it
96
will.
Will.
Yeah,
That didn't
yeah,
have
yeah,
medical
yeah, yeah.
staff either.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, it did not.
Yeah.
100% did
So,
not.
so that was cool. It's too bad that couldn't keep going. But, uh, yeah, fighting with the music blaring with the
Yeah,
cigarette smoking. That
yeah,
was, dude, I would love to do that again. But,
yeah,
anyways, yeah. So I found that that was a huge issue. And then the other issue was that just can't find people to fight, man.
yep,
Everyone's too scared.
yep.
Everyone's too soft. So like I would start being like, okay, I got like this. I'd be like, all right, I got this blue belt this way. I got this girl like blue belt this way. I got this purple belt, blah blah blah. And then I start contacting gym owners, and they'd all be like, oh, like none of my guys want to do it. Maybe partly because it's no gi or like so. I think I would even tell them like gi is okay too, and they'd still be like, oh, like none of my guys want to do it. And I think part of that is like, the old like classic like Shanghai gym beef.
Yep.
And then part of that is like just the fact that yeah, people are just comfortable not competing. And I mean, I've been one of those people too,
Me
so I
too.
kind of get it. But yeah, I mean, I just those are the problems I always ran into. But like, dude, it really, I mean, they just did an open tournament at Vanguard last Sunday, and like it was a decent turnout. It was
Yeah,
mostly like whites and blue belts from Vanguard and other gyms fighting, but like, they all got competition experience, so it's like a win-win for everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, I just think that yeah, 100% there should be more competitions, and I think that it's held back by weird gym beefs as well as people just not wanting to do it. So,
But it's not even, it's part of it's gym beef, right? The coaches don't want
mm,
to, like the black belts don't want to compete with each other. But also, like, if my purple belt loses to your purple belt, that also looks bad on my gym. And so it just, that
really?
always, I think so. And a lot of gyms just don't want that to show up in social media. So they're like, no, I'm all right. I don't want to do that. Like, if my purple belt
Oh,
loses to
maybe.
yours, then maybe I'm not a good coach. Like, that
Mm,
reflects poorly on me as a coach. So I bet you that's got to be part of it.
maybe. I mean, someone's got to lose.
Yeah,
It's to be expected. I don't know if I mean if
that's my
people
mentality.
are if coaches are actually worried, if that is the real reason, if coaches are worried about that, that's very, very sad.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's very, very, that's like not a good sign for the future of the gyms in Shanghai. But
But
yeah,
because I think the competition's good for the student, right? Like the practitioner having more competition experience is always beneficial. You get in that zone easier as you compete more. And so it's having that experience under your belt is always valuable. But I think
yeah,
there's
for sure.
a lot of things on the top line where it's like coaches or like beef or whatever that kind of stops people from improving, and that bothers me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that stuff. I definitely agree, and I think too, like I don't know. I mean, I don't want to name any names, but I've been to gyms in Shanghai where I mean, people are just like some of these people, if they go to compete, like I can't even imagine because all they do is just play.
yeah,
Like they don't even take training seriously. They don't. I'll name like one of the most famous athletes, like even a famous gi athlete, and they'll be like, "Who's that?" And just I'll ask myself like, "What are we doing here?" You know, just like how you say.
yeah. But maybe
Yeah,
they're
people
just
just don't take it
hobbyists.
seriously at all.
Yeah, they're just hobbyists, and they don't take
Yeah,
to like part of their life.
but they're in the gym every day. They're training every day, but they
No,
don't know anything.
huh? That's interesting. I mean, you've put all this
Yeah, you
time into it. You would
can't.
think that you want more.
Yeah, I think a lot of these people they like just look to their coach, and it's
Mhm.
like you can't only look to your coach. I mean, Joseph talks about that all the time too. Like your coach doesn't know, like I don't know everything,
Yeah.
and you can't only look to your coach for improvement.
Hmm.
Like you have to look at some other things. And I'm not saying that you got to like sit down at a desk for an hour and like with a notepad and study jiu-jitsu and take notes, but like it's not that hard to like look at like the world finals of ADCC or like E Worlds or
Yeah.
something and like something like that. So
Yeah.
I
It's
just think it's like I just think it's kind of lame to like be like, oh, like jiu-jitsu is my life, but then also like you don't know anything about the sport
yeah.
and you don't know like anything about like the current meta of techniques or anything at all. And to just be like, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna go and take pictures and
Yeah.
look at my coach, and my coach is gonna, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I have a lot of experience with that, where people, but it's not just jujitsu. I want to keep that in mind. Like,
sure.
I think there are a lot of coaches all over the world that have, let's say, their black belt in whatever respective field, and they just stop improving.
Hmm.
They're just like, this is it. I put in my time,
I get
and
it too.
I've learned enough. Right? I'll give you a good
Yeah.
example. I saw, and I know it sucks that you've listened to so much of my podcast that that you probably know this story. But I saw a swim coach that was teaching butterfly poorly. He was teaching butterfly the way that it was taught 20 years ago. Like when I was a kid, it was taught that way. And it's
Mhm.
improved significantly the way that it's taught. And he's still teaching it that way. And he's actually giving his students like a ceiling. Once they learn it this way, there's no way to learn further. And because he's teaching it wrong, and all the kids are learning it wrong. But he was taught that way from his coach, probably. And he was just like,
Mhm.
yep, this is the way that I was taught. I did okay. And, I have students that probably swim this way and also do okay. So I'm just going to keep teaching it this way. But they don't look at, the Olympians and how they're swimming it, because the Olympians are swimming it very different than when we were swimming it when we were kids and how you were taught.
Mhm.
And a lot of coaches don't teach that way. They don't continuously try to keep up with, what the sport is doing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think, dude, like, I mean, I get it again. Like, dude, some coaches, like, I mean, like me, like, I had a full-time job,
Yeah.
but dude, a lot of these coaches, they're coaching full time, and you have a responsibility to your students to, teach them good technique that's going to work.
Yeah.
And if you just don't learn anything and you just teach your students the same thing over and over again, or like you teach them something that you saw on some crazy technique you saw on Redbook or
Yeah.
Instagram, or you watched an instructional once, you don't even understand the move, you don't even try it live on anybody good, and you just teach it to the students, um, and
Irresponsible.
you have actually no experience on it. Yeah, it's just irresponsible. uh, you're not gonna get your students any better, and honestly, you're just like kind of ripping them off, in my opinion.
Yeah. I
And
100% agree with that.
I think for a lot of the coaches, man, in Shanghai, they're full-time coaches. Like they don't do anything else besides that. And I think if you're not doing those things, like it's just I just don't even. I mean, I was working full time, and I still made time to watch a little bit of material here and there to try to always have something I'm working on. And I
Yeah.
was working full time
I get it.
and teaching jiu-jitsu classes and like teaching English classes and all this stuff, like
Yeah.
you have time. Yeah.
Jose, who you've met,
Mm.
works full time, and he spends all of his breaks at work just watching jujitsu videos. All of his classes are like, hey,
Mm.
this world class person does it this way. This world class person does it this way. This is how I think it should be done. Like the way he coaches a lot of the classes now are incredible. Like I really enjoy having him as a resource to be like, hey, this is how I see the people in ADCC what they're doing. Like that's awesome. So it was nice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think again it kind of goes back to a lot of the jiu-jitsu just being for business. So, I get it. I don't
Rag.
wanna yeah, I don't wanna like rag or like shit on anybody, but at the same time, we're doing jiu-jitsu because this is like the art we chose or the discipline we chose. Like I feel like you have a responsibility, as a coach or responsibility as a practitioner to try to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I go back to how's home? Compared to here,
Yeah, sure. Uh,
what are you enjoying the most about home?
I mean, the training is pretty freaking sick.
Yeah.
I just
Training
get
and sandwiches
great
aside.
training all the
Training and
time.
sandwiches aside.
Tra Yeah, the training and then uh, food and then yeah, man, I've been having a lot of fun going to like local concerts again, going to shows,
Yeah. That's
and
something
that's
that's
been a
not
ton of
around in
fun for
Shanghai.
me. No, like not at all. I mean, like they used to have shows at like C's or something, but it's just I don't want to like rag on anybody, but it's just kind of a like emulation of like what it actually is, you know?
Right.
So, like being able to be back and go to like live music again is has been pretty nice. And I definitely feel like I missed that a lot living in China
Hmm.
because that was like a big part of my life growing up. And to have that back in my life again is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then also just like, yeah, like hanging out with people, um, being able to just yeah, like we just go to somebody's house and put YouTube on the TV and we like order some Chinese food or some pizza or something. We're just chilling, we're just talking and just low pressure. No, we don't even have to drink.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out. So
You missed that.
that's fun. Like hanging out. Yeah, for sure. Like
True,
hanging out
bro.
with guys and just cracking jokes and stuff. And
Last time I was home, I missed that too. Like I got to hang out with my high school friends, and it's like you didn't skip a beat. Like everyone's
yeah,
still cracking the same jokes. It's nice. I do miss that a lot. I think that
yeah. I mean, even being in New York, like these guys at the jiu-jitsu gym, like I haven't spent that much time with them. I don't know them as well as my high school friends, but like chill, like it's just we can just be friends right away.
yeah.
And we can just hang out and it's exactly like what you were talking about. So that's been
Yeah.
pretty nice.
I it's really funny because I think the sense of humor is just different,
Yeah,
here
yeah,
and
yeah,
back at home.
100%.
Like I I tell people this story and it's like a good test of like if we can get along. Um I went way out in Sichuan, like kind of far away, out in the mountains to go on like a big
Mm.
hiking trip. And on the bus ride up the mountain, they stopped at this rest stop and it's barely a rest stop. And the bathroom is just like this wooden platform on stilts, and you just shit into like holes, right? And the bottom of this place is just got to be like mountain of shit, right? And
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
a platform and like tarp. So there's like slots, and you just squat down and you poop into the slots. And so I walk onto this
Why?
platform and
What?
I tap my foot on it just to make sure it's like safe. And there's just like a
Yeah.
row of guys shitting, right? And I jump and I go boom and like slam my feet into the platform. And all of the guys freak out. They're like, "What the fuck did you just do? Like, we could fall into this pit of shit if this thing collapses." And I was dying, cracking up. And whenever I tell this story to like other people, they're like, "Why would you do that? Like, that's a terrible thing to do." And to me, that's like my humor. Like, to me, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's like my test
Yeah,
of
sense of
living.
humor.
Yeah, the sense of
Yeah,
humor is
sense of
different.
humor is different. Yeah. I mean, I think that like again, like I think it goes the same for anywhere. Like if a Russian person is in America, they're probably like, "Oh, I miss like joking around with my bros back in Russia," or
Yeah, I don't know,
whatever
bro.
it is.
I don't think Russians joke around. I think they're just crying the whole
Okay,
country.
whatever country. But yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, there's just so many jokes being thrown around at Vanguard every day, or like, we got a group chat, which is just, yeah, it's
Horrific.
just like a whole other animal. But uh, yeah, like at Vanguard, like, there's so many like in kind of not even inside jokes because we like say them every day. It's like
Yeah.
somebody could easily pick up on it. Like, there's this one kid who like works the front desk, and we call him a bird.
Why?
We're just like he's a bird. Like People like Jason will just walk up to me and be like, "Shut up, you stupid bird." Or like, there's some guy who like he's kind of crazy, but we'll just always like he's just got huge chest muscles.
Okay.
And we'll always say like, "Don't bring your big fucking tits around me." Like, how dare you? You know, just stuff like that. Or there's a guy who's like short and he has like big feet and big hands, and we just like I don't know, people will just like make like elf noises at him, like as if he's like a troll. Like it just everything's on the table and like everybody makes the same or like somebody will walk in, there's like a guy who's a real estate agent and like somebody will just be like, "Ooh, I sell houses," or something like just mocking him for like no reason. Um,
Yeah.
it's just all laughs. It's just like,
I miss that. I miss that a lot. Like stuff like that. I feel like
uh,
a lot of people here are sensitive to weird things. Like it's funny that people aren't as sensitive to like fat jokes in China, but they're sensitive to other things.
mm,
Because you can fat shame all you want out here, right? Like I think fat
yeah,
shaming is kind of
yeah,
normal out here. But like if you make
yeah.
fun of someone's job, they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like it's just there's a different
Oh yeah,
level of
yeah.
sensitivity out here.
Oh, tomorrow night I'm going to see Matt McCusker in Royal
I'm
Oak.
jealous. Yeah, comedy is another
Yeah,
thing. Like comedy is something that's
comedy's
like
another thing.
out there and that's just not here. Like I've been to like the spicy comedy. I've been to a couple of like the comedy shows out here.
Yeah, dude, but that's not.
Yeah,
It's.
it's maybe it's just the like we were talking about before, like it's just the sense of humor that's different.
I don't think it's just that. It's just also like it's the same thing with music, man. You just same thing with jiu-jitsu. Like you need to be in that environment to like take you to that next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, this is kind of and this that goes the same for a lot of places outside of America when it comes to this like kind of sport or competitive or you know
I
media
mean,
stuff. I
yeah,
think.
but like music and comedy, those are all like art things and they're not really
Yeah.
like sport, right? And it's still different. Like I don't get the
Yeah, but
same feeling.
music and comedy though, like you gotta be around other good comics or other like
Yeah,
really good musicians to,
I get that.
you know, that's why like a lot of those people like dude, there's people who come to America like from all over the world for comedy.
Yeah.
You know, there's like some guy from like Estonia who's like really big right now, and some guy from Australia. Like they like moved to like Austin
Yeah, just to be
to
around
be
those
like
guys.
comics. Yeah, and then you get way better. You know,
Yeah, I can
you
imagine.
learn way more. So
That's why I'm happy
yeah,
you're out
so I'm
there.
gonna. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
Dude, I'm so
So
happy that you're gonna get better. I'm gonna get my purple belt from Black Belt Dean. Um, Originally I was
all right.
hoping for to get my purple belt from Elena, and that's never gonna happen.
No, it's probably not gonna happen. Probably
So I
not
might have to get I might have to get it from Dean. That's what it's looking like.
gonna happen. All right, but for real, before we go, I just want to say, um, thanks for having me on the podcast, and shout out to my sponsor, Progress Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh hell yeah.
They give me all the gear. Yeah, they got the gear hookup, and
Yeah.
then you can get a discount through me
Oh,
as well. Check out my Red Book channel. It's Dean X Anaya. My Billy Billy, which is it's all in Chinese. It's like Dian Dian Rofu Jiaoshui. I don't know, something like that. I forgot what it is actually.
okay.
But if you search like workshop or like Dean Anaya or something,
It'll definitely pop up.
it'll
I'll
be
put
there.
all of that in the
Yeah.
description anyways. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I got some cool. I think I got some good stuff coming down the line for my Billy Billy
Awesome. Yeah.
and
Then
Redbook. Yeah,
maybe
I
we
got
should
some
do
new
this.
videos I'm
I think
working
we
on.
should do it with Jam. Next one will be with Jam.
But Jam,
Yeah. We'll do
that'd
it
be
with Jam.
cool.
I think that'll be cool.
One topic I'm gonna cover in a video on Billy Billy is the old myth. Which one is more dangerous, gi or no gi? It's a
All right.
myth.
I'm excited for that.
Do you
I
know?
actually think
Do
Geese
you know
might.
about this?
Huh?
Right. Yeah. So, do you know about this? Do you know that only in China have I ever heard people say no gi is more dangerous?
That doesn't make sense. No. I don't believe that for a second. I'm
So, I
100% sure Geese more dangerous.
I looked it up. I can't find like one YouTube video on this topic. I could only find one clip from an interview with Greg Sodders
Yeah.
where he's talking about gi versus no gi. And he's talking about how he likes no gi more because it's like more pure grappling,
Yeah.
and how like gi jiu-jitsu is cool, but like it's like jacket wrestling. And he explains how like when you have those grips on the especially on the gi pants,
Mm-hmm.
like that's how like knees get broken and
Yeah.
like stuff gets torn.
Yep.
Like all the like twisting and torquing. So I'm gonna put together a video talking about this.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm down.
Uh,
All right,
so
dude. Enjoy home, man. Take care.
thanks, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, you're ending this?
Yeah. I have to go
Dude,
pee.
dude, come on, man. I've had such a good time. Don't end it yet.
No, I'm ending it now. I have to go pee. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you
Dude,
tomorrow.
just take me with you to the bathroom, man.
No, absolutely not. That's not
Dude,
happening.
we can go pee at the same time. I gotta go pee too and go pee at the same time, dude.
No. Go to sleep. I will catch you. I will catch you next time on the pod.
Hey, don't tell me what to do. Or else
All
you're
right.
gonna be in the SOS list.
That's not true. I will definitely punch you before you punch me. I'll take care. Bye everyone.
That's it.
Do, do, do.